Good afternoon. I'm Major Kimberly Moore of the United States Marine Corps. I represent the over 134,000 transgender veterans. I retired from the Marine Corps after serving faithfully but in silence for 20 years. I served successfully from the rank of private first class to major in all the components of the United States Marine Corps, all the while concealing something inside me that I could neither define or fully understand. Throughout successful tours that included duty aboard ship on a Marine Expeditionary Unit and a combat tour in Iraq as a company commander, I carried with me the burden for which that I was not allowed to leave. For if I had expressed what I was dealing with, I faced being driven from the service despite my many contributions. This very thing happened to one of my friends and fellow Marine, who in 2013 received the Marine Corps Award for being the top enlisted communicator, only to be dismissed from the service 1 year later when the agony of her gender dysphoria caused her to seek assistance. I'm happy to stand here today knowing that the Marine Corps will never lose such a quality Marine again for gender identity. Since 2003, the Transgender American Veterans Association, TAVA, has been advocating for the visibility within the Veterans Healthcare System and the Department of Defense. With over 3,000 active members, we work with the VA to ensure that adequate standards of health care are provided to transgender veterans. Each year, this number grows more and more as veterans begin to understand the biological stamp which they've been blessed with before birth. The ideals expressed by our founding fathers when they declared in 1776 that governments were instituted to protect and enhance the ideal that all were created equal in the eyes of God underlined TAVA's efforts. The founders felt that they had been relegated to a status of second-class citizens within their own land because current laws took away their voice and marginalized them. However, without the visible mark of their signatures on the Declaration of Independence, it would have been a hollow document. It was their visibility, their commitment that gave power to their ideals. The visibility associated with open service of our transgender active duty service members and recognition of our transgender veterans gives our community a stakehold in the ideals set forth in the Declaration of Independence and the promises that were set forth in the Constitution, which we so selflessly serve. This in turn gives us a voice in the society which we have faithfully defended. I have found that many in our country have never met a transgender person that they know of, and much of their knowledge comes from Hollywood, which up until lately has not provided a very good representation. It only takes a few moments to getting to know us on a personal level to realize that we are not the monsters that are depicted in political ads concerning bathrooms at Target. I have found support and acceptance where I did not expect to find any, and this includes the leadership of the Marine Corps. Unfortunately, I cannot meet everyone and allow my personal truth to change individual opinions. Therefore, it is important that our story be told through mass media. So it is with great pride that I introduced a project directed by my friend Fiona Dawson, which contains several of my other friends who have shown me what true courage is all about and how the power of visibility can create opportunities. The Transmilitary Project was started in 2012 as a way of putting a face to the thousands of transgender service members who were still banned from serving. In 2015, Director Fiona Dawson and her co-producers, Gabe Silverman and Jamie Coughlin, were successful with the New York Times Commission when the New York Times commissioned their short film, Transgender at War and in Love. Shortly after its release, the film's characters were invited to meet the president at the White House LGBT Pride celebration. Today, the filmmakers are in post-production of a feature documentary, Transmilitary, which follows 3 honorably serving service members, soldiers, and an airman as they continue serving while advocating for change within. The clip that you're about to see is taken from last year's short film, Transgender at Love and in War. It demonstrates the humanity, dignity, and courage that is the hallmark of transgender service members. Thank you.